Hey everyone, Pastor Tim here with this week's update on the Newmarket Church Plant. A reminder, if you want to get these updates and you're not getting them in your email already, you can contact me, newmarketchurchplant@gmail.com, and we'll make sure we add you to the distribution list. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out at newmarketchurchplant@gmail.com and let me know. So I've got a bunch of kind of updates of things that are coming in the future I'll share later on in this video. The main thing I want to tell you is about our continued work on small groups. So we're in the process of selecting leaders, getting locations, getting times. Our plan is that in the next 10 days, which would be September 8th, by September 8th, someone will be reaching out to you to invite you into a small group when you signed up via either email or at the informational meeting and said you wanted to be involved in a small group. So we had over 50 people express interest in small groups. And so that's a lot of folks to kind of find out where they live, get them connected to the right person to get plugged into a small group. Lots of moving parts, but we're in the final stretch of tying those details together. The beauty of small groups is that you get to do life together. You get to study scripture together, pray together, learn together, grow together. Again, I want to say for the folks who maybe feel like, is that the right step for me? That feels like maybe a lot. It's not day one that you could jump into a small group and say, here's everything you ever wanted to know about me. You build relationship over time as you invest and gain trust and grow with people. So that's a process, but we're convinced that if we start with these small groups and then move into our Sunday morning gathering for a worship service, that's a great way to do it and an effective way to do it. So again, in the next 10 days, somebody will be reaching out to you by September 8th, 2022 to let you know about a small group that you're being invited to, again, based on time, location, people's different interests that maybe they've expressed in relation to small groups. So that's the first thing. Got a couple other details I want to let you know. In the fall, probably September, October, I've been invited to preach at Durham Evangelical Church. That's the plan as of right now. So I'm waiting to hear from Pastor Dan on when that's going to be. It'd be great if we could get all the folks connected to the Newmarket Church Plant to attend the Sunday service there at Durham Evangelical Church, to just to be together as we share a little bit of our story of what God's doing in moving us into this church plant. We're also looking to head out for those who want a little bit of an adventure to Nashua to attend the Well Church, where Pastor Scott Kearney and his wife Charity are leading there. And Scott and I just have continued to build a relationship, and Jenny and Charity, all four of us really, over the last handful of months during sabbatical and into the launch of the work for the church plant. So we thought it would be really cool to go out there and to connect with them. Scott is a church planter, and he's working with church planters as well. So we wanted to do that also. Last two things, we are continuing to move forward in scouting out locations for a Sunday service. We have two options right in front of us. I would really appreciate it if you would pray for me on this Tuesday, because I'm going to be going to connect with a local community leader to see if we can use a facility here in Newmarket that would be, we think, really, really great for the church plant. So just pray that we would have favor, it would be a good fit, and we'd be able to do that. You know, in this whole process, we want to trust God that if he's closing a door here, he's going to open a door over here and redirect us in his path. So just pray that we would have God's will in front of us and we'd be walking in that when it comes to a gathering location for Sunday morning. One more prayer request is just prayer for us to be able to connect with the lawyer we're working with to get all our paperwork into the state so that we can officially become recognized. As you could probably imagine, there's all kinds of paperwork and back and forth, and the state has to approve things, then give us the paperwork to submit to the town. A lot of moving parts there. So I want to say thank you for your continued grace in this process. You know, church planning, there's a lot of moving parts. There's the legal side, there's small group side, there's planning for Sunday morning, there's all these different things. And I know that I'm not always hitting it out of the park. So I thank you for your grace and your understanding as we tie these things together. I want to continue to improve as a pastor and a teacher and a leader as well. So thank you for being on this journey with me. And I'm looking forward to all that God's going to do as we bring together, you know, small groups and then moving into our Sunday service. And then I'm excited. I'm just super excited to see what God's going to do in Newmarket and in the Seacoast community. So once again, if you have questions or need any more information, email me, newmarketchurchplant@gmail.com. Links to giving are below if you want to give to us via the Well Church, and thank you for those who have already done so. And blessings to you. We'll be in touch again within the next New Hampshire mosquitoes. Within the next 10 days, you'll hear from us by September 8th if you've expressed interest in being in a small group, so we can get you plugged in to these small group communities. All right, thanks. Take care.